Season 3, Episode 2. It is still so weird saying the word Season 3. I'm your host, Jenna Anderson. Beatty is on a very well-deserved vacation this week. Joining me today for this week's episode is Nicole Drum.
Hello!
Jamie Jirac.
Good morning.
And Aaron Perrine.
I'm finally off the cane juice. I just had water this morning.
But you're drinking it out of a perfect cup for this. Like, mad respect, man.
Thank you.
What does cane juice even taste like? What is the flavor profile?
Apricot.
Nice.
I feel it. I feel it.
Yeah, that's a good answer. So we have a very big, very chunky show today. We have like a month's worth of MCU news to catch up on. I know some stuff has also slipped through the cracks, like we could only cover so much. And then we are going to share some like very wild, fun predictions for where Marvel and MCU stuff could go this year. So hopefully that should be fun. And also shout out to Marvin Eloquin, who is watching live for the first time. I saw you in the chat, and that always makes me happy when we have a first time live viewer. So if you haven't already, go listen to our Ant-Man and the Wasp Quantumania live immediate reaction episode that we did on Monday. That was a lot of fun. Aaron and I have already talked a lot about the trailer, but I want to hear Nicole and Jamie's thoughts. So Nicole, you're at the top. What was your reaction to that trailer?
Oh my God. I immediately I literally yelled at my household and screamed, "Stop talking to me. It's Kang time." Like, I'm not ashamed to admit that. Like, I literally changed my Twitter profile to be like Nicole Team Kang Drum because I'm here. I have never been like, I always get really excited for Marvel stuff when I see the trailers because the trailers are always just so cool. Like, I feel like their trailers are just most of the time. I'm just so like, I don't know what I'm expecting from this movie, but I want it in my veins immediately. Like, I love sci-fi. I love the idea of like micro worlds and like other dimensions and like things we don't understand and playing with time and Faustian bargains and like sexy big bads. And it's like all right there. And then sleeveless Kang, like, dear God, like I didn't even notice MODOK because I was so busy like just staring at Kang and like the colors and the dimensions and the textures. And I'm just like, I don't know what's happening. I don't know if I want to know what's happening. I'm here for it. I want the bad guy to win. I said it. I have said it. I want the bad guy to win this time.
You're 2 for 2 at this point because that was also the case with Namor in Wakanda Forever. Yes! So I feel like we have a trend going on here.
Namor's not the bad guy. Namor is a complex antagonist. We love him. We respect him. He has been through some stuff, okay? But I genuinely, Kang is evil, and I love him. No bones. No notes. Perfection.
I love it.
Jonathan Majors, though, good God. Like, like I sometimes joke, like, he can step on me, but he's literally stepping on Ant-Man. I've never wanted to be Ant-Man so bad in my life. I'm not even going to pretend.
I keep getting this targeted Instagram ad for a t-shirt that I want so bad, and it just says, "If villain, why hot?"
Oh my God, same. Like,
Amazing.
I posted a meme that says, my moral compass leaving my body when villain is sexy. And like, literally, like, just
a fact.
Team Kang, like, literally that that trailer sold me on forget the heroes, I want the villains. But now I'm like starting to pick it apart of like, you know, what is this going to mean in terms of like larger like emotional choices, the impact, and like, you know, I have to go to the ideas of trauma. And as a parent, like the idea of what would I do if I had lost, you know, 5 years of time with my son? Like, would I make a deal with the devil? Hell yeah, I would. Gleefully. Like, sign me up, whatever it takes. Like, and so I'm just fascinated to get to the emotional core of it because I feel like the Ant-Man movies in a very real way are some of the most emotional movies within the MCU. And I think this movie is going to wreck me in a completely new way. And I'm just like, I don't think we're ready for this. I think that low key, like this movie has been kind of, in a sense, under the radar in a way because we haven't talked about it as much maybe the way we did about Wakanda Forever. I think we're not prepared for this at all. From scope to story to the punch it's going to have. It's a new day at Marvel, and we are unprepared.
I completely agree. Jamie, what did you think of the trailer?
You know, honestly, I was kind of like, there's too much new stuff in this trailer. We're like a month away, and I don't need any of this. That's kind of how I felt. Like, it was a good trailer with some cool stuff, but I was like, I don't like that we keep doing this. We're getting so close, and let's just... I have enough information. I don't want any more information. And that's kind of how I feel about it. I mean, yeah, I'm excited. I think I'm kind of at this point where this is one movie where I'm like, I'm just kind of remaining like, let's see, kind of like lowering expectations because I think it is ultimately going to be really good, and I'm trying to not let myself get overhyped for it. So I'm just much like, this is a movie. It's the next movie that I will be very excited to see in theaters after I finally see Megan. The LA rain has really hindered my plans to see Megan a lot this weekend, you guys. I'm excited. I'm interested. I echo Nicole's hot Kang thoughts and feelings. I'm very excited to see all this new Cassie stuff. But yeah. I felt bad for you guys on Monday because I know you were like, you just were just like twiddling your thumbs waiting for this trailer to drop, and I was like, these poor people. I feel bad that I'm not taking part in this, but also I'm really glad I'm not just sitting around.
Like Nicole and I at least were like on the desk, so we were still doing work as we were waiting. But like I felt so bad for Aaron. He was just waiting to eat dinner and was just like, any day now, this trailer's gonna come out and I can go eat my dinner. Like it was so bad. I did genuinely think yesterday, I was like, wow, I haven't seen Jamie review Megan yet. Like something must be wrong. And now I know why you haven't reviewed Megan yet. Because I feel like you would be all over it by now. So
it's the rain. It's we went to ramen the other day, and I swear I thought I was gonna die for ramen. Like because the rain was so bad. Because like people want to drive. It's like LA doesn't know what rain is, and it gets crazy.
That's wild. All right. Well, so we have a lot of news to break down today. Jamie has one that she was very excited to talk about. So take it away.
Oh, yeah. Give it up for Miss Angela Bassett winning the Golden Globe for Best Supporting Actress last night. I love that the first time we ever talked about Wakanda Forever, I was like, Angela Bassett winning an Oscar? I don't know about this one. And then a week later, I was like, I was wrong. I was incorrect. It's going to happen. It's coming. And then this is the first indication that it is absolutely coming. You know, guys, I know that like awards are tacky and that they're political and that they don't really mean anything, but it's my sports. I understand sports because of award season. I just get so jazzed for this stuff. It makes me so happy. I get so into it, even though it is icky. I don't care. And she deserves it. The fact that she's, I believe this is her second Golden Globe, but she's never won an Oscar, and we are on the road. We are doing it. It's deserved. Her speech was great. I'm just so excited about it, and just the fact that like it's cool to see, you know, obviously the first Black Panther won 3 Oscars, so we've seen that a Marvel movie has the ability to, you know, win big awards, but acting wise, you know, I thought it was going to be Elizabeth Olsen winning that Emmy. I thought that was going to be our first big one, but I will take this as our first big win, and it's really exciting.
I agree. Like it is surreal to be at this point of like an actor from a Marvel movie is like in contention for serious awards. Like that is just a weird like threshold to have crossed. And I'm really glad that Angela Bassett is the person to do it, because like that performance, just even when I think about it, I'm still just like, oh my goodness. So like I know we had said on the show originally, like, maybe she'll be in contention. Like we'll have to wait and see. And now I'm just like, wow, she might like very well be the front runner. And that is very exciting in and of itself. So
I mean, you knew from the moment that like we saw it the first time when me and Brandon saw it. Like I think I looked back at Brandon, it was like, it's okay. All right, yeah, we're in agreement. Good to know. And it's nice to be proven right. In fact, a very positive Golden Globes. It's like they're trying to get back into my good graces over here as I tried to ignore it, but also look at everybody's dresses and tuxedos and judge them silently. So I'm very happy. I don't know if she's gonna win, but getting the intros and the sort of like, you know, because don't they do like profiles or like talk about each of their roads when they go up? Like, I would not want to be in that category this year. It's going to be absolute. I don't want to be. Live stream the deliberation process for us. Have some people in a room. I want to hear what you guys have to say, because it could go any set of ways out here, right?
Totally. Nicole, what do you think?
I'm so thrilled. Like Angela Bassett is such a powerhouse performer in anything you put that woman in. First of all, she deserves an Oscar for basically anything she does. But this role, like the instant she shows up on screen, you feel it. And I would have been horrified if she did not get the Golden Globe. And now I just feel like, well, what level of campaigning do fans have to do at this point? Because she deserves it. This is definitely an Oscar-worthy performance, and I am so excited that we are firmly on the road for that. I'm curious to see what other awards she is going to pick up on the path, because I believe that there are a couple other major ones on the way, right? Like
they announced like SAG nominations this morning.
Yeah, that's
I believe
yeah.
she was in, that was so.
Yeah, I haven't caught. I'm like, usually thanks to the pandemic, whatever of it all, I have lost track of my award schedules, because like Jamie, this is my sports, but for me it's for like mocking people's fashions on the red carpet and pointing out makeup problems, because that's my you see my messages, because I'm always like, that's bad. It's just a habit. But I would be interested to see how many more of these categories and these awards she picks up as we are on the way, because there are markers along the way that kind of are the tell. And this is not the award that I thought Marvel would get first. This is the one it absolutely should be getting. And I'm so excited that it's her. And I can't wait to start screaming my full head off when she does win that Oscar, because she's going to win it. I am predicting that now.
So, I mean, supporting is usually in the Golden Globe, supporting is a good indication, because it's not like acting where they're split into two genres. Supporting is just one. And
just one.
I will say, Michelle Williams, it was a dire mistake to put yourself in Best Actress for Fabled Wins. If Michelle Williams was in this category for supporting, there would be some competition.
Yeah.
But since she's not, it's just there's just not that it's a good category. There's some juicy parts in there, but I mean, it could have been Michelle Williams' award, and now it's not going to be. So
I was really surprised Michelle Williams was not in supporting. I don't know.
That's what they campaigned for, because it's like,
that's just a choice.
You can do what you want, because it's all it's
the Wild West.
Yeah.
It's the Wild West. It was just a choice.
So speaking of Wakanda Forever news, I know Aaron has a couple other tidbits as well.
Oh yeah, so we're actually getting the movie at home. My fiance was banging on the doors of Marvel HQ, like, when can we watch the movie again without venturing into the deluge outside? So now we can watch the movie again. It comes out on February 1st on Disney Plus. And then the week after, you get on digital DVD and Blu-ray. No word yet if I will join Jenna Anderson as the second person from Phase Zero to be featured on the back of a box.
Let's manifest that. Let's make that happen.
Let's go ahead and get the same prayer candles we have for the Scarlet Witch solo series for that. Also, a small detail. Apparently, it's the highest grossing female-led superhero movie ever now.
Yeah.
Ahead of Captain Marvel, which was at $426 million, and then Wonder Woman, which was at $412, and then Black Widow at $183, and then Birds of Prey at $84, although we all still love it. So we're getting it on Disney Plus relatively quickly. I mean, it's not like this is a Spider-Man situation that's actually going to be there, right? So everybody excited to be able to go through it and get your thirst for Namor in the comfort of your own home?
I am excited to get my hands on that steel book, the Talocan themed steel book that you can order, because it is gorgeous, and I will have it. And I will probably have multiple copies of it, so I can look at it and also enjoy it. Because I am shameless. But yes.
I have to admit, I wish that there was a little bit of a window where the Marvel movies were released physical media and then came Disney Plus, because I'm a big physical media person, but a lot of Phase 4 I didn't buy because it's here, I'll get to it eventually, and that keeps happening, and it's I want to buy them, but it's I can't justify this purchase right now. Whereas if I had a month buffer, I'd be I need it. I have I can't wait a month. And that's just me as a collector that wishes we had a little window. But it is cool that it's coming so soon. February 1st makes sense as a date. So I will definitely be watching it again.
In the days of these streamers pulling stuff off these things, we need to get back to it. I'm fully with you now. You guys have absconded me into the community of you need to buy the DVDs while they're here.
Yes.
Please go and do that.
1,000%. I agree with Jamie though. I feel the only Phase 4 movies that I have on DVD or Blu-ray are things that I was gifted at a Christmas or a birthday situation. It's I haven't felt the incentive to go buy them, because it's it's on Disney Plus and I already paid for Disney Plus. I'll wait till it's on sale at Target or something, and then I'll buy the physical copy. But if they had that month-long buffer, I would be I need it right away. So, and once again, I will always ask of please release the Disney Plus shows on Blu-ray. That is like all we need. Like,
please
do a
give me my
box set.
WandaVision steelbook.
Oh my god!
It costs
If they release WandaVision on Steelbook, I will buy 10 copies.
Yeah.
I'm not even joking. I will be like, take all of my money. I want them. I want backups of my backups of my backups.
Yeah. Like
Same with Loki.
They could do like a
I'll
Phase
sleep
4
with them.
TV
Like,
show.
I will cuddle them.
Yes. Oh my gosh. Like if they just did like a gigantic box set of every like Phase 4 TV show and they charged like $300 or some astronomical amount of number, I would buy it. Like no hesitation. So
I literally have my checkbook like right here.
We need
right
it to
here.
happen.
We'll write a check right now. And yes, it's Batman. My
Amazing.
checks are actually Wonder Woman though. So
Interesting.
Huh.
Little mixture.
Do they go with the Bat credit card?
do not call me out like this on a Marvel podcast, okay? They didn't have a Namor card, okay? Also get on
They
that.
will.
If I had a Namor debit card, I'd be the happiest person on the planet.
You need to like upload your own photo and just upload it as Namor. Like that would be I'm giving you ideas. I'm giving you ideas. I can tell.
Excuse me, going over to this right now.
Well, so while Nicole does that, speaking of Marvel TV, Mike Coulter talked to comicbook.com's very own Chris Killian about his movie Plane. And obviously we asked him about Luke Cage and about whether or not he could potentially come back. So we have the clip of that because it was a little bit easier than us reading the quotes. So Richard, take it away.
Mike, one last question. I work for comicbook.com. I apologize in advance for this. I will get yelled at if I don't ask something about Luke Cage. Kristen Ritter was seen, with the Daredevil shirt on. Are you keeping yourself in Luke Cage shape in case you get the call from Marvel to come back?
I just try to stay in reasonable shape just because, but I don't think about, I don't think about the Luke Cage opportunity because it's one of those things where it's in the rearview mirror at this point. And if somehow I get a call, I mean, my dance card is kind of full, but I mean, look, if I get a call and something happens, great. But I had a good time, and I'm happy, more than happy, to let someone else take on that mantle or that role. But the fans, that character will live on for a long time. Fans are going to have that character in some way, shape, or form for the rest of their lives, and I'm just happy to have been a part of that for those guys.
First of all, I love the way that he answered that question. I love how he was just like, I know, before he even really started asking the question. What do you guys think? Do you think he's in or he's out? Do you think he thinks he could return? Because the chat thinks a million different things in this instance. I don't even really know how to feel. What do y'all think?
I feel like maybe he's telling the truth. Just based on some of the wording. Also, I love that Chris does what I do, which is like, now before you go, I'm comicbook.com. I have to ask. Like just like the apology tour.
Please be nice to me.
Yeah.
We've done that in one way or another. Yeah.
Yep, that's totally what I do. But yeah, I mean, I would love to see him again. Like I'm such a big Jessica Jones fan. I love the Alias comics so much that and I love them together that like to me it's like such a good package deal that I want them both back really badly. But I don't know. I'm not sure. I kind of believe him.
I just enjoy that. Go ahead. Yeah. Get Nicole.
I was gonna say I tend to get the vibe that he's done. Like I believe him. I feel like he's like he wouldn't necessarily close the door, but I just don't feel like he's counting on it and that he's just I've got my other thing going on and I'm just vibing forward. Like he seems like a pretty straight shooter.
He doesn't seem like he's like playing werewolf with us. It doesn't seem like that. But at the same time, we have to like entertain that they could be like, I'll never forget, what was it like? Probably October of last year, where him and Kristen Ritter were out like walking their dogs together, and Jim Viscardi kicks in the door like Big Bird, like someone get on this right now. What are you saying this right now? So nothing is forever. Like nothing is in like finite in this multiverse that we live in now, and it seems that the baiting is only getting more and more around Jessica Jones. So if you're going to bring back parts of this thing, like it stands to reason there could be a way for it. I think the funniest thing that I got from that clip too is that Gerard Butler is all about him getting that opportunity. I had not paid attention to his reactions when Chris posted the clip at first. And I'm like, yo, he wants him to have it. I want a friendship like that. Good job, guys. You too.
By the way, can't wait for Plane.
Oh my god, I want to see that movie just based on the fact that it's called Plane. Like,
Plane.
I'm sold. I am sold. Thank you. I'm gonna spend money on a ticket for this movie. God help me.
You are not living if you haven't been in at least one crowded theater when the title drops of that name of that title. Like, I have been in so many crowded theaters.
They didn't show the trailer in any of the movies I went to.
Same
I
here.
kept waiting for it. I wanted that moment so bad, and I kept getting cheated. I was so mad.
I'm sad for you.
We are all
so much
Plane.
of the movie in the trailer is not on a plane.
They're
know. Like, we're more than this plane. The title is, I can't wait. That's my kind of thing right there. I'm in.
I would almost want a character named Plane just to like fully sell the title, but like I guess not. I don't know.
Johnny Plane Flight.
Yeah.
Johnny Plane. Jesus. Okay. As Kofi said, go watch Mike Coulter in Evil on Paramount Plus as well.
That's actually a really good show. It really is. Like, so surprising everybody. That's a show I've actually watched.
That isn't on the CW that you have to cover for work.
I know. It's like this is one thing I let myself out of jail for.
Yeah. Well, so speaking of the Defenders verse and stuff like that, Nicole has a update. I could have literally filled this entire rundown with just things Charlie Cox has said in recent interviews, but this was the most interesting one to me. So Nicole, take it away.
Yeah. So we all know that like Daredevil Born Again is going to be huge with like 18 episodes. It's the biggest thing we're getting in terms of like the Disney Plus Marvel shows. And apparently even Charlie Cox doesn't know why it's so big. He told NME, I am fascinated to discover why they've chosen to do 18. I'm imagining there's going to be an element to it that is like, I can't read, is like the old school procedural show. Not necessarily case of the week, but something where we go really deep into Matt Murdock, the lawyer, and get to see what his life is like. If that's done right, and he really gets his hands dirty with that world, I think there's something quite interesting about that, to spend a lot of time in a superhero's day-to-day life, and you really earn the moments when he suits up. So what do we think about that? I know that this is a chunky sized series compared to what we're used to, but I think there's something valid about really digging into both sides and getting that payoff. I kind of am interested in seeing how that plays out.
I deeply miss 22 episode seasons. Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. for life. So I'm into it because I've talked about this all the time, that Buffy is my favorite show, and I've been rewatching it because Tony's never seen it. And it's just like the meat and the juice of things that you can do with a long season. You can take weird turns. And one of my biggest pet peeves about like the internet and Twitter, where people goes, nothing happened in that episode. That was a waste, blah, blah, blah. And it's like, just moving like this like main plot along is not all that television is. It's not a movie. Like, we have like the point of all these episodes is so we can have, I assume, like a monster of the week in the version of what Daredevil is. I'm really intrigued, and I'm not even a very big Daredevil fan. Like I'm a TV fan, and I'm interested.
I agree with Jamie. I feel like
what she was saying.
Okay.
Like she was saying about the whole story and character thing. It's like, have these people never read a book? Like, you take time to build a story. The short seasons don't give you a chance to really build a story that goes anywhere. You need more than 8 episodes. That's all I got to say.
I will
Nicole,
say
they don't read.
Yeah,
I'm not going to say that, but reading is fundamental, my friends. Reading is fundamental.
Your cat looked like it was about to play the Daredevil theme on the piano behind you. Like, they were just sitting so politely, just like the entire time you were reading that quote.
Sydney is a Daredevil villain. I'm just saying.
I agree with Jamie, though. I feel like, because also the Netflix shows being released all at once, they hit this trend where it was like, when you are consuming 8 to 10 to 13 episodes at once, you kind of hit like this mid-season slump of like, it all just kind of blurs together. And then by the end of it, you're like, well, that was good, but I don't remember the specifics of any particular real episode. Whereas I feel like having 18 episodes, having them week to week, it is going to be this more procedural kind of element in this more like, I want to see Matt team up with other people. I want to see him just exist within this larger universe. And I feel like 18 episodes, you can really kind of play with that without distracting from some sort of main plot. So I like it. I'm also just amused that he's also confused too, because it's like, join the club. We're all very confused here. Aaron, what do you think?
There's so much in that freaking NME interview about it's supposed to be about treason, but it ended up being about Daredevil. Imagine that. That's fine. Go watch that if you feel like it before they cancel it in 2 seconds. Now, I love that he's playing all this so close to us because he must know certain parts of it, right? I feel like they would even have maybe mentioned it to him when they told him to come back for No Way Home, or like shortly afterwards, because they probably knew, hey, you're gonna be a big deal for a lot of the fan base. Adam Barnhart worked really hard to bring you back into the fold by himself. So like you have to do these things. I'm down for there to be more downtime. Selfishly, that gives us more to cover on the show. I will never, ever argue against the programming capabilities of 18 episode season. And the recaps and it gives you time for theories as well, right? Sure. Because if you're doing 18 episodes, he has to be touching so much more than just like the street level stuff. Like we have so much other stuff going in the MCU. Like there is going to be like the fish out of water episodes where he's like, why are we in space? I can't even see why are we in space?
Oh my God.
Oh my God.
So a lot of stuff could happen, a lot of different things. I like that they're not limiting themselves to one thing or the other. I wish he'd tell us that Tatiana was going to be in one of the episodes, just so we can have some closure. Me and Jamie can know.
Yep.
He should text Adam personally and tell us.
I just want, so when the show does air, Aaron and I can tweet every week, where's She-Hulk this week?
Where's She-Hulk this week?
Why is there no She-Hulk?
I will join in. I'll join in on that campaign.
I will help. I will also join your crusade. I will join your crusade. Get me a pitchfork.
I'm going to start a Twitter account that said, did She-Hulk appear in Daredevil?
No.
Amazing. Well, so speaking of characters not appearing in things, Jamie needs to take us through like all 6 stages of grief right now because there's some sad news.
We got some really sad news this week. There's a lot of goodness in this world, and sometimes you just got to take the punches. Nicolas Cage says that he will not be returning as Spider-Man Noir in Across the Spider-Verse. He talked to Screen Rant and he said, you have to ask Sony. I don't know what's going on with that. No one's spoken to me about that. Ask them. I don't know. I wish they would. I love Spider-Man Noir 2. I think that's a great character. Spider-Man's the coolest superhero. And then you combine that with Cagney and Bogart and Edward G. Robinson. Come on. It's a great character. We all know that Spider-Man Noir is my favorite. And Nick Cage is my second favorite actor on the earth after John Travolta. And it was a sad thing to learn. I jokingly tweeted that, we've just got to buck up and learn to love the 600 other Spider people. To actually be like, I'm not seeing this movie. Nick Cage isn't in it. It would be ridiculous because there's so much juice in this movie. But I'm a little bit sad that my favorite guy is not coming back. But there'll be other movies of Spider-Verse movies. It's not necessarily the end. He's made it known that he'd like to come back. What do you guys think? You think he's lying? I don't think he's lying.
I just love the Lord giveth, the Lord taketh away. We get the trailer for Renfield and then we get this news within a day of each other. It was oh man, I hope he comes back. That character is so great. He commits, his life depends on it. So I hope this isn't the last we've seen of him because I need more Nick Cage all the time.
Jamie, I'm just really proud of how you're handling this trauma. I have to say, the emotional work you have done, I am very proud of you.
I needed to hear
as
that.
The unofficial MCU Marvel therapist, I am so proud of the work you have done.
Wait, I've got my emotional support cage.
Oh my gosh.
That is amazing. But I freaking love it.
Oh my gosh.
Oh God.
You need to tweet out a picture of that for all of the people listening in audio because they are going to be deprived.
Wowie.
Everyone needs to see that. I love that. I love that.
Aaron, what do you think about him not coming back?
It's hard to follow that. I think that anything that makes our chat react that negatively immediately is probably a bad thing. Everybody just started booing and throwing tomatoes before Jamie even got halfway through the quote. And I was like, oh man, everybody's really going to be sad. But there are 800 other, maybe they'll put him in a trench coat and the mask when the third one inevitably hits us to live action and Jamie will have her moment in the sun. Who knows?
That would be amazing. That would be so good. And then our last item of news, kind of tangentially tied to Nicolas Cage. Layla tweeted this at us, and it would have been a disservice if we did not include this in the rundown somewhere. Pedro Pascal wants to be a Marvel superhero. So he did an interview with Wired where they kind of talked about how the Mandalorian was introduced and how it felt kind of atypical compared to like Marvel superheroes and stuff, and just stuff about his career and whatever. And Pedro said, I do want that. I want to be in movies. Very simple quote, but he wants to be in the Marvel space. So who do you guys think he should play? Because I know the internet is already having the time of their life trying to fan cast him.
Anyone he wants.
Yeah.
I just want Layla to have her moment, and frankly, anyone he wants. What will make Layla happy? That's where I'm at.
She says Moon Knight's boyfriend. We would be so lucky.
Sold. Write it up. Give me an original character.
Maggie, where are you at?
Seriously.
Oh Lord.
Look,
oh my gosh.
I'm just trying to figure out who spends the most time on screen with Oscar Isaac.
Mm-hmm.
That's
like
exactly,
who could he be? And I'm like, I don't know. Layla, we got to figure that out for you. Okay.
I'm willing to help Marvel write an original character if necessary to get Layla what she wants. Like, I'm available.
I know, like, when we brought this up in our comic book Slack, there's a lot of talk of, like, what, like, emotionally grizzled father can he play in the MCU? So, I don't know.
Good. I keep, like, being so torn on this stuff because like, on one hand, I'm like, I'm kind of... There's so much Marvel Star Wars crossover, like it's getting to be a lot of these actors who are having both these, like, the roles, and I'm like, I feel like we should spread it out, but then I'm like, but Pedro in the MCU, I want Oscar Isaac more of, like there's like two parts of me that, like, the logic part of let's expand the Disney casting, and then it's like, but I love these actors so much and I want to see them in everything.
I totally feel that. I also am just like, I mourn how underused his Max Lord was in Wonder Woman 84. Like, he was inspired casting. If you threw him in like a Justice League International adaptation as that Max Lord, it would be amazing. We could get that under James Gunn. We could not. So in the meantime, if he wants to join the MCU, let him join the MCU. It would be so good. So we're going to take a quick 1-minute break. And then when we come back, we are going to share our 2023 Marvel predictions. So stay tuned. We are back. TJ in the chat said Norman Osborn for Pedro, and now I want to see that. Like, that would be wild. That would be a very inspired choice.
I do need that.
We just need Norman to begin with, but that's the whole conversation for Sony. So for this half of the show, we're going to try a little something new. We're going to do predictions related to Marvel for 2023. Full disclosure, I am borrowing this idea from NPR's Pop Culture Happy Hour, where they do an episode every year where they kind of like cover all of pop culture. They predict stuff for the new year, and then they go a year later, they listen back and they kind of figure out like what they got right, what they got wrong. So I figured we've accidentally like Nostradamus so many things on this show. I know I was talking with Aaron recently about how we were asked at the beginning of last year, like, what not Marvel movie are you most excited for? And my answer was Batgirl if it comes out. So I accidentally cursed everything. But so I figured it would be fun to like use our Nostradamus powers for good and maybe predict some things a little off the wall, but still kind of fun. Jamie, you're at the top. So what is your first prediction?
Okay, I think that we are getting a really good, juicy Phase 1 actor comeback this year. I think that I would love it in a post-credit scene. That hasn't seemed to really been happening lately, but you guys know if I'm manifesting, I want it to be Sam Rockwell, but like we could get Liv Tyler in there. There are a lot of ones that are options. You know, we already know Tim Blake Nelson's coming. We got some stuff. You know, someone in the comments says Phil Coulson confirmed. Obviously, that would be the dream. But I'm talking people we have not seen since phase 1. I think there's going to be another exciting comeback.
I love that. That would be very cool. I need Liv Tyler and Harrison Ford to just like look at each other on screen because I need that father-daughter relationship. I think that would be so great.
I mean, if Coulson, at this point, with how we all react to these things, if Coulson was on that moon base with Fury and that just happens at the end of like Secret Invasion, the whole internet would just shake so hard. It would be very, very cool. That'd be very cool.
I would be deceased. I would be actually dead. You would have to resurrect me. Little ghost Nicole.
Ghost Nicole.
Spooky ghost Nicole.
So Nicole, you're at the big board. So what's your first prediction?
This is one that I don't think is actually going to manifest into a thing that we see in 2023, but we'll get an announcement for in 2023. And I think we're going to get a little treat. We're going to get an announcement of a special presentation of some version of Rogers the Musical. Potentially featuring Hugh Jackman. Because that's what I want. But yeah. I do think we're going to get a special presentation of something related to Rogers the Musical because at this point they're leaving freaking money on the table. Yeah. And I need it, damn it!
You are speaking Jamie's language. Jamie is so happy.
We're like literally on the same page with them. I need it so bad. Yes. That's why I'm putting into existence. But I think we're going to get an announcement of something related to it as a little treat. We're not going to physically see it this year, but just as a little treat.
That would be great. Aaron, what's your first prediction?
So heading into Secret Invasion, a lot has been made of guessing who the Skrulls who have been living amongst us this entire time would be. I have a prediction about who it's not going to be. I think that the marketing and the whispers have misdirected us, and I do not think the Skrull is Colonel James Rhodes. I think it is someone else in that cast or someone else that they have not told us who's in that movie. I'm going so far as say, who knows? It could be Samuel L. Jackson himself this whole time, which would make a lot of sense because he'd just be missing for a lot of the time. You know, the Capital One commercials are not the only culprit. He just don't be around. I wonder where he be. Where is he be at? So I think that someone else is a Skrull in that, you know?
I like it. That's very interesting. So my first prediction, and I used this as an example while pitching this concept to all three of you. I predict that Sony is going to learn the wrong lessons from Morbius, and they are going to try to make Kraven the Hunter as like memeable of a movie as possible, and it is not going to work. Like they are going to fail miserably. There's going to be some sort of line or something in the trailer that is going to be like, oh, we've engineered this so it could work on TikTok or in memes or whatever, and nobody's going to latch on. Like, or maybe they will latch on. I don't know. But I just feel like after Morbius, after the attempt at re-releasing it again, they're going to try to meme this movie as hard as humanly possible, and it's going to be so weird.
I mean, betting on Sony to do something weird, solid, sturdy take.
You can always count on Sony to do something questionable.
That is an evergreen statement. Jamie, your next prediction.
Oh gosh, I was kind of loosey-goosey with this assignment in terms of rules. So I was like, yeah, I'm going to pick this next thing, which I don't know if it really counts, but who's going to stop me? I've kind of said this before, but I really want to go on record because I really think that I'm going to be correct. Nicole talked about Hot Kang, and I think that when this year ends, Jonathan Majors will be people's next sexiest man alive. I'm so convinced that that's going to happen this year that I just need I need there to be a video of me saying it so that when it happens, we can replay this clip back and I can say, I was right.
I love it. I completely
campaign.
Agree. Yeah. Between Quantumania and Creed 3, and like presumably he's going to be involved in Loki and somehow like this is his year. So like that would be a missed opportunity if they did not make him that, because like God, I need that to happen now.
if you got on Twitter yesterday at any point and searched the Ant-Man tags, it's just that clip of the CCXP crowd going K over and over again. I'm like, yeah, it's gonna be bad. By the time we get to Creed, it'll already be too over. It'll be too late. There'll be another magazine spread or whatever. I'm sure Men's Health, whenever they have like a down month, they're just like, yo, is Jonathan doing anything? We bought a bunch of baby oil. Like, we need
oh
to
my
do something.
God. My brain will short circuit.
Oh my God.
I will.
By
not
the
be
time
okay.
we get to Kang Dynasty, not even Secret Wars, just Kang Dynasty, I feel like so many people are going to be pro Kang. Like the Avengers, it's just going to be like they're going to be rooting against the Avengers by the time we get to that movie.
And I am a trendsetter. Yes, I am.
Yeah, you started the trend. Nicole, what's your second prediction?
This one is completely insane, and I am here to spread knowledge and love, but I am going to predict that in some fashion, Barbie is joining the MCU. Now, hear me out. It doesn't have to be live action. It could be a what if situation. It could be anything, but Barbie was a Marvel comic in the 90s, folks. I am here to spread the Barbie Marvel comics love. I can do this all day. Think I'm kidding?
Those are great covers. I love that.
Oh my God, they're all good. She could also join Yellowstone if she wanted. I mean, she's ready. But I predict that we're gonna. I mean, that's my crack prediction because it's Barbie. But also, there's a little bit of precedent for Barbie in the Disney wheelhouse because of Toy Story, and I feel like it'd be hilarious if we got some sort of Barbie MCU cameo somewhere. Because why not? So yeah, that's my cracky prediction. If we're gonna get Barbie in the MCU, damn it.
I love it so much.
Also, go find the crazy Barbie comics from the 90s. They're hilarious.
Anyone who doesn't follow Nicole online, the Barbie movie
man on the back cover too. Hello.
The Barbie movie is Nicole's Super Bowl. Like, not even joking. Like, she has cared about this movie more than any person, more than I thought could even be possible. Like, she is so excited for this movie. So I knew as soon as you told me, you're like, I'm going to predict that Barbie's entering the MCU. What if it was a reverse situation where like somehow the Barbie movie makes a joke about Marvel or the MCU? Would you be content with that? Like, would that
I will
prediction?
Accept that. I will accept that as part of the prediction. That can be a subcategory within it, but I just need Barbie and Marvel in some fashion. I'll take it. I'll take whatever I can get. And I'm already planning to dye my hair Barbie pink for this event anyway, so.
Yes.
Yeah. I feel like Jamie and Aaron are speechless about Barbie and the MCU.
I mean, it's funny.
This was going to come from me. I mean, you guys know me. You knew I was going to bring this. You probably weren't prepared for the visual aids, but come on. This is my brand.
That movie is going to be so good.
It's going to be so good.
I've just I found this. My Twitter's not working, but I found this picture of me when I was like 3 in a Barbie car, and I'm so cool. I need to send it to you, Nicole.
I've got a picture.
I've
got a picture that I'm going to unleash on the world as we get closer to Barbie of me, like wearing a swimsuit that's like the original, like the My First Barbie thing from like the 80s. I have a swimsuit when I was a kid, standing up against a tree with my blonde hair, thinking I'm Barbie, and I thought I was the stuff. Oh God, it's been a lifelong sickness.
That is amazing. Aaron, what's your second prediction?
Oh.
Did I destroy him with my love for Barbie?
Potentially. I think we're having technical
That is my superpower.
There we go. You're back.
There we go.
Oh yeah, you're back.
Hooray.
It didn't kill you. Yay.
I don't know what happened. I think it overloaded. It overloaded
the power
system.
of Barbie.
Aaron Kareem will
you
return.
to silence.
Right. Richard, you have the graphic. It's somewhere in Slack.
Yeah.
So she needs to make a freaking like superhero landing in Secret Wars. Doctor Strange and Wong will be in Ironheart for at least a little while.
Ooh.
Because with the hood, with all this magic, I would assume, maybe not Steven because he's off doing something with like doing incursions off in the dark dimension. But when has that stopped anything from making it like not making any sense before? So we'll at least get Wong, I think, because there's some sort of weirdness going on here with magic and a certain red-clad gentleman that Brandon Davis had the funniest imitation of on last week's show. If you go back and listen to it. But I think with all the magic, I'm like, we're gonna get another Wong thing, aren't we? He's just gonna sneak into 2023 too, isn't he? Like him, he's training all these like he's training America. There's other murmurs about other stuff. So I'm like, go ahead and give me some more magic, weird stuff in here. Like, let's go.
The Wong cinematic universe continues.
Let's go.
I love that. That's a very good prediction. What do y'all think?
Yeah, I'm here for it.
I'm always here
like
for
you
more
said,
Wong.
like yeah, exactly. And they've been building up so much Wong. I mean, don't stop now.
Yeah.
Kofi's like, bring Madison too. Yeah. Go ahead.
Hell yeah.
Who cares? Let's do it.
If Madison is not in Secret Wars, like, what are we doing?
I don't
Madison,
imagine to have her own
Come
show.
Yeah.
Yes.
Like, I know
Like,
Aaron and I have joked about
maybe
it.
it's a bonus third prediction.
Yeah.
Madison on
Aaron and
show.
I have joked about it, but like a special presentation that's just like Madison and Wong at Disneyland, or like would just be the perfect bit of synergy that I've ever seen. Like, I desperately need it.
And that is so
It'd be
TV
such a
right
good
there.
ad
I
for
love that
Disneyland
idea.
too.
Yeah.
Like all the old ABC sitcoms, like Full House, Roseanne,
Yeah.
all of them used to go to have Disneyland arcs because of the like you said, synergy. And I think that is truly brilliant.
I need it to happen so
The
badly.
Family Matters episode where Stefan Urkel happens at Disney World is like cherished every memory from like 1997 or something. So yeah, go ahead, please do.
I want to see Madison try to convince Wong to use his powers to cut in Lightning Lane.
Ooh. Yes.
You know it. Those lines for Soren are long.
I just watched the Fast Pass documentary on YouTube the other day, so it's like my brain is just a scramble of Fast Pass and Lightning Lane and all of those buzzwords. So, God, yeah, I need that to happen so badly. So my second prediction, kind of in line with Aaron and related to Wong, I predict that by this time next year, we're going to know where She-Hulk is appearing next. This is also just me purely manifesting this because I cannot go another year without knowing where Jen Walters is going to be next. I'm not even going to try to manifest where she's going to appear because I feel like there are so many different options, but I hope that by this time next year, either through Comic-Con, whatever, we somehow get some sort of announcement that she's coming back because I need it.
I hope so. I hope you're right. I want to see her face again. They've been taking too long to
be wrong.
Yeah, like the fact that we still don't know when Kate Bishop's coming back. Like they're give us some stuff here. Like they used to be like, this so and so will return. Tell us that. I need to see She-Hulk again, please. Just let me know.
Where are my young Avengers? Damn it.
See, that's why Nicole's my family right there. Like, where they at? They're out there, just disparate, out there, flowing in the wind.
I have a list of demands. I'm going to go to Disney. I'm going to bang on the door and be like, where are they at? Someone hold me back. But don't. I really want to get them.
Also, someone in the chat was like, oh, everyone was silent because She-Hulk was mid. No, we all love She-Hulk on this show. So, like,
this is a pro She-Hulk
everyone on
space.
this panel adored She-Hulk. So I just need to
it was
say
not mid. It was not mid. If you think it's mid, I need you to go touch some grass, meditate a little bit, reevaluate your priorities, and come back once you've written She-Hulk is not mid 300 times.
Just like Bart chalkboard at the opening of The Simpsons.
Exactly. And since Disney owns Simpsons, now it's appropriate.
Yep. I will also say Damon in the chat is saying Jeff the Landshark when, and I need that more than anything.
Oh my God.
Jeff the Landshark in live action. We would
Have
be
we
so
earned Jeff the Landshark yet? Like I feel like maybe we haven't earned him. We haven't been good enough yet. I think we as a society need to work a little harder on ourselves because he is too precious.
Yeah.
Like what do I have to do for karma to give me Jeff the Landshark?
I am so ready for the physical reprint of his Infinity comic because that has just been the most delightful thing on Marvel Unlimited. So I'm so glad that like everyone can go buy it now because it is going to be such a joy. So yeah, I know I said 2 to 3 predictions. Does anyone have a third prediction before we?
I do.
Okay, cool. Go for it.
I think in Loki season 2, you're going to get a riff on that wonderful Chris Evans moment from Thor: Dark World. Is Dark World where he like pops up out of nowhere? Yeah. I really would enjoy one of the OG Avengers making an appearance for like 4 seconds for no good reason other than just because we can. I don't know which one of them because it was hard to telegraph. Like no one knew Chris Evans was in that movie at all. We're just like, I was sitting there on the couch and I saw it the second time. Like, wait a second, that's right, that did happen. Why was he there? How do you just fly him in for 2 seconds? They're like, oh yeah, I'm Captain America, and then out.
And at the time, that was such a big deal. Like now, it's like, Chris Evans is popping into a Marvel movie. Of course, like by the time we got to like Civil War and stuff, it was like everybody was in everything. But when Chris Evans popped up in Dark World, I remember how it was like, whoa, they're real, like because we just weren't used to that. the crossover goodness yet. And I really like this prediction. I hope you're right.
I agree.
Sylvie being Nat for 4 seconds would be so crazy. It would
Oh
be
my
so
God.
nuts.
Everyone would lose their mind.
Oh my God.
That's probably not gonna happen, but I'd like it to happen. So that's what I'm gonna predict.
I love that prediction. To Jamie's point, I remember being on Tumblr at the height of like Dark World and just like the conversation and the speculation of like, does this count as a movie in Chris Evans' Marvel deal? Does this mean we're now like deprived of like one full Captain America movie because he was in Dark World for like 30 seconds? Like the speculation about that like killed the Marvel fandom for like a week. So it would just be so funny if that happened again. Like everyone would just get so confused. I love that prediction. That is a very good prediction.
Yes. I've got one that I'm trying to manifest. Okay, so I'm throwing it out there into the universe. For years we've been hearing about talks, and I think this is the year that Keanu Reeves finally gets cast in the MCU.
Please.
I don't know as who, and I don't care. I don't care.
I'm with you.
Boy.
I love Keanu Reeves. So
I love it.
Keanu Reeves
So
might have been
much.
my first celebrity crush like
Nice.
1,000 years ago. And I'm like, I just please. Jamie, why are we the same person today?
I love us.
I do too.
I love this for the both of you. I still am like so unsure what's happening with his Constantine sequel. Like I want that movie to happen just purely for the insanity of it, but I also am like with where DC's headed, I feel like they could kind of give or take it. I know it was on their list of like things that are in development, but we'll have to wait and see. If he's not busy doing that, throw him in the MCU. We deserve it. We need that to happen. Like, good Lord.
I would literally take Keanu Reeves as a random like cameo, like Pizza Papa. Like I would just take him as like a dude in a coffee shop making a random comment on what's going on outside. I don't care. Like give him a credit in a Marvel movie, please. Like the MCU Marvel movies.
What if it was as John Wick? Like he's just wearing the John
Oh
Wick
my
suit and
God.
and,
Okay,
like,
full disclosure, I still haven't seen the John Wick movies. Yes, I'm a terrible person. I'm working on
Oh,
it.
Nicole. That's
what is
exciting,
it? I
though.
know
Like I'm
this.
jealous.
I haven't seen them
I get to
either.
experience them for the first time, and I'm really excited about it because this is the year I'm catching up on everything that I have missed because of like living in like the CW prison and being a mom. So I'm watching everything in 2023.
Okay,
but I get to watch them.
I think we should have a virtual movie nights where we like press play at the same time and text along because I am a big John Wick fan.
I am down for it. Let's do it. Let's make this happen. Let's schedule it because I want to watch everything. Like, just go. I even set up Letterboxd. It's great.
Yeah. I'm so glad I'm in the same boat as Nicole because like I have not watched any of them either, and I was going to catch up before the new one. So I'm like, okay, good. I feel less embarrassed to say that out loud.
People always are like people get afraid to tell me they haven't seen something because they think I'm going to shame them, but it is the opposite. I get so excited when I find out people haven't seen something I love because it means I get to watch them watch it. I'm so hyped that you get to experience John Wick for the first time. That's amazing.
I love it.
I'm bummed. Yeah, I finally am coming out of like prison. I get to watch all these things I missed.
Oh, and I'm so happy for you. So
You know what? Can we spotlight Bill's Bill 9305005's like thing? I'd love to hear about that. I would like what the heck happened to Kit Harington? Like, please tell us what he's doing.
Yeah, this is Nicole's jam. He cares about Black
Oh my God!
so much.
Oh my God!
Jesus.
Yeah.
I feel terrible because I forgot about him because it's been so long. That's my boy. Yes. Please. Yeah, it's been too long since we've heard anything about him. Like, can we please have more? Please?
You know, he's just
Can
out
we get
there.
an announcement? Can we get a promise? Can I get an IOU?
He's just outside looking sad, like he got trapped in the rain all the time.
I mean, realistically, I mean, it is Dane. He's gonna be standing outside looking sad. The guy's got some mental health issues. He's gonna be looking a little sad, but that's why we love him. But he's like wondering where his girlfriend went. Can we at least get some closure for him?
I was gonna use this like my third prediction of like hopefully by this time next year we will know like what is going on with at least one Eternal, like just any of them. Like I know. I'll take a recap where he was like, "Oh, we're gonna definitely use Harry Styles more," which like I'm very curious what that even looks like given who Star Fox is in the comics. But like, just can we know what's happening to any of them? Because I feel like having that movie end on a cliffhanger and then now just like, all right, we are steamrolling right into Secret Wars is just still the weirdest thing ever. So I'm gonna try to predict now by this time next year, we'll at least know like what's up with One Eternal, even if it's still just like Kingo is doing movies or something. Like I don't know. It's just the wildest thing that all of that is still unresolved.
I feel like with Dane, it has maybe they're saving it for the Blade stuff because of all of that, and I would accept that as long as we get some sort of indication of we haven't forgotten about Sad Boy.
Yeah.
And I just personally send me a note so I don't cry. I mean, Marvel's done so good about giving me everything I want. I feel like I still deserve at least one more present. So,
I mean, man, I laugh at just one of them. That is like a really wide
bare
net,
minimum.
Bare minimum.
That is the least they can do for us.
Yes.
I'll even take like a quick recap of like Madison like quickly runs down the stuff that she's randomly run into while she and Wong are waiting in line for churros. She just runs down things she's found out. Like, oh yeah, like there's this like a turtles dude, like it's really sad. And
she like ran into Arishem and like convinced him to free all of them from space.
And so like now they're going on a date. It's super great. There's like this dude and he like might be a vampire or something. Like it was really scary. Yeah, something like that. And then I'd be like, okay, so we got an update. I'll take that.
Wow.
I'll take that for now.
I'm so glad we brought this up because, like, Black Knight, it's like they've waited so long. He's like considering going back to Game of Thrones again. So, like, we need closure here. We need to figure out.
Lord Jesus, no.
And Black Knight is such an interesting character. Like, I don't know, like, if you read, like, there was a recent limited series that it was really well written and it was really interesting. And I know a lot of people don't love Black Knight, or they do, but for different reasons. It's a really interesting character that I think deserves a little more fleshing out in the MCU. I would really like to see more of that pocket. I really think they would do well with that. Personally, for me, I would like to see that more explored. Then I'm going to get so much hate for this. I'd like to see that more explored than the X-Men. Please don't come for me, but I just really love Black Knight. I'm sorry.
He doesn't have to be one or the other, to be fair.
Oh, it's my priority list is shifts every so often, and that one's on it right now.
That's understandable.
Unless they tell me we're giving you Emma Frost, and I'm throwing away all my notes. And I mean, you know,
would Emma Namor like counteract all of that? Would the rest of your list just like go in the garbage after that?
I would transcend human everything. I would become a glowing entity, and I would just be like, I'm done. I've gotten everything I want. You will never see me again.
I hope that eventually happens and we can like go back to this clip and like be like, oh my God, Nicole predicted this in 2023. Here we are in like 2028 and it's finally.
And I'll just be sitting here going, yeah, that would be my response. You'll just never see me again. I'll be so happy.
I love it. Well, does anyone else have anything else to add regarding to the predictions?
Do we know anything else? Oh, you know what? JB, you didn't do a third one, did you?
I did.
Yeah.
Okay.
Keanu.
I can't believe you didn't do, man. Did we get Agatha this year? Please, Jesus. Please.
You know, I'm just trying not to think about it because I really don't think it's happening. There's rumors floating around. I'm just waiting for confirmation. But I can be patient because I know it's happening. It's like tell me when Wanda's coming back because we don't know. Like I want to know that. I already know I'm getting Agatha, so I'll just sit and be patient about it. You know how long I waited for WandaVision? So many years. I remember where I was. I was doing bar trivia in New York, and it was like 2017, and it was like it still took like 4 years. So I'm a patient. I can be patient, just like Captain America taught me to be.
Oof. So proud of you.
I'm so much growth. It's been a lot of
the chat is.
I have so much love.
Seriously. Also, just before we start wrapping up, the chat is saying Margot as Emma Frost. Yes, but also don't take her away from playing Harley. Let her play Harley as long as she possibly wants to.
Yes.
That should be the priority.
But damn, at the same time,
that would be. She would be unstoppable if she somehow.
I love that it's like, is it a really popular, like, hot blonde character? It's gotta be Margot.
It's just hair casting. It's hair casting.
It's hair casting. Her hair is perfect.
Yeah.
But at the same time, the acting skills, like,
she would have fun. But I need her to play Harley for like another decade, like minimum. So I'm just like that should be the.
I would have such emotional whiplash as a bisexual person watching her switch between Harley and Emma, and I think I would. Oh my God.
And Barbie and whatever Barbie sequels we get.
And oh my, I'm in danger. I'm in danger. Thanks.
I love it. Well, so I think this was really fun. I can't wait to a year from now just like listen back to this. Maybe we'll do it on the show depending on how schedules work out. But like I can't wait to figure out who was right and who was wrong. I'm sure over the year we're going to be like, oh my God, so-and-so's prediction got proven true. And that'll just be delightful in and of itself. Thank you guys so much for listening to this episode today. I think this ended up being a really fun one. Nicole, do you have anything to plug to leave the listeners with?
Just follow me on Twitter at Life and Polaroid for more unhinged thoughts about Barbie, apparently.
Go follow her. It, like Barbie and comics and weird food. Like,
definitely the weird
food. So
foods.
many things.
And apparently, my first reactions to John Wick.
Hell yeah.
Yes.
Aaron, do you have anything to plug?
It's at Some Lake Corner on Twitter, and I just want to shout out. Good for freaking Michelle Yeoh. Good for
Yeah.
Kwan
Yes.
yesterday. It was delightful. And Quinna. Like I said, the most encouraging Golden Globes in like a decade for me, where I'm like, oh, so people actually do have eyes. Good. Awesome. Sick, y'all.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Jamie, do you have anything to plug?
Oh yeah, follow me on Letterboxd, Jamie Cinematics. As Layla knows, I've already watched 23 movies this year. Like I'm trucking along. I'm doing it. Also, the season finale of Willow is out. I waited so long to watch this finale because they gave us all the other episodes screeners, and I love the finale. You guys, the show is like, it's such like a YA queer fantasy. Like if you like YA stuff, if that's what you're into, if you're in like please watch Willow. I wanted to get a second season so bad.
I love it.
You sold me. You sold me.
How have you watched so many movies? I have watched one. Like, granted, I've watched some TV that I probably could have dedicated that time to watching a movie, but I have only watched one movie so far. I'm in awe of you.
Yeah, I've watched The Menu, and that's it.
That's just what my life is. I just like, it's like, oh, work's over. How many movies can we fit in before it's time to go to sleep? That's just what I do and what I have done since I was a tiny little child.
See, my shift ends at like 11 or midnight, so it's like work's over. I'm gonna go like watch some TikToks until I fall asleep. So.
See, like 11 or midnight, I can get at least one movie in, at least.
I'm just dead on the couch. I'm just like, I'm done.
No.
Yeah.
Me and the cat who finally left the coffee table. I'm like, nah, we're done.
Well, so I'll plug obviously my social. It's at Hey It's Jenilyn on Twitter and every other social media. Go listen to our Ant-Man episode. I'll just say that again. Go listen to The Last of Pods, which is BD's show with Ash Crossan. It's going to launch this Sunday with the first episode of The Last of Us. So go listen to that. Go support that. I loved that we got to announce that on the show. I thought that was delightful. Go read some comics. There's some really good comics this week. I need to catch up on the Photon miniseries, but I'm very excited for that one. I know Jamie is showcasing Scarlet Witch #1. I still love that comic so much. I'm so glad that you loved it. I want to know what you thought of it. Like, what was your like?
Great.
Yeah.
I mean, it's just like Wanda and Darcy, because that was my one thing about WandaVision that I was so sad that they never once interacted in the whole show. Mm-hmm. So, and now I get a comic of them working together.
It's so great. It's so good. But yeah, go read Scarlet Witch. Go read a bunch of other comics that are out this week. The new Lazarus Planet event starts in DC, and it is just absolutely bananas and has so many good characters and good writers and artists involved. So go check that out. And yeah, we will be back next week. I think we're going to do our anticipation rankings for 2023 next week. So get ready for another rankings episode. Get ready for chaos. Jamie is already dying inside. But yeah, and make sure to subscribe to our YouTube channel, subscribe to us on your podcast platform of choice if you haven't already done so. Go leave a 5-star review on iTunes. If you drop a question in your review, we will hopefully read it on the show at some point. And yeah, just thank you guys so much for listening. Have a good week. Be good to each other, and we will see you next week for rankings.